6-7 in favor of the visiting Todd County Rebels. Free ball, number 14 of Todd County. Parker Williams takes it back at court. Over to Noah. Carroll. Parker. Cade. Noah. Inside. Shoots. Blocked from behind. Clayton Weathers with a three-pointer right there. Timeout, Coach Pels. Your Greenwood Gators are currently trailing 6-13 with 2:46 left in the first quarter. We will be right back.
Greenwood Gators again would like to say thank you to today's game day sponsor for the generous sport. Portland Prescription Shop. Visit Portland Prescription Shop for all of your pharmacy needs. Thank you, Portland Prescription Shop, for your outstanding support.
Folks, I apologize. There's some technical difficulties that my current partner and analyst Jackson Sutherland is sorting out. We will only be down to one announcer. Oh, and I see that Jack Roberts has made his return to the basketball court. He's been out since the middle of December with an injury. Jack Roberts takes it back down court, and it's tapped out of bounds. All right, and we see to have a majority of the technical issues sorted out, as now my partner Jackson Sutherland is now joining us. Missed three there by Jack Roberts.
Hey there, Tucker. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Watching some great basketball.
Fast break. Isaac Sansbury takes it and misses. Then Ben Carroll with the board and flush.
Number 21 on the visiting team, John Calvary. He's a big, big boy. 6'7" and 6'7.5" inches, actually.
Yes, that was one of the first things that stood out to me when I was looking at this Todd County roster tonight. He is a very tall guy, and he will be a big thing to watch on the defensive end. Todd County appears to be running out of help zone. But it didn't do much to stop Peyton Loggins there as he just hit a three ball, and it is now a 1-point game with a minute remaining in the first quarter.
Biggest surprise to me right now, though, is that Greenwood has a pretty big lineup where they're able to shoot, and they also have a lot of size. But biggest surprise for me is that Todd County is starting number 14, Kamari Briggs. He's very, very small. He's 5'9" and only 137 pounds, but he's an extremely explosive player. But at the same time, you kind of wonder if he's going to be able to keep up with Greenwood with their big physical guards, including Jack Roberts, who just got the ball.
Wasn't able to cut off the pass there. With Ben Carroll scoring right here, and your Gators are now in the lead with 10 seconds remaining. Clayton Weathers will appear to just dribble down the clock until probably around 5 seconds. possibly run a play and then get a shot off before the half to try to take the lead. And there's Clayton Weathers with a shot and airballs it. And he is called out of bounds on the baseline and will give Greenwood about half a second to inbound it and get a shot off. So, not get a shot off.
There's two players on Todd County's starting lineup right now that are both under 5'9", one's 5'8", and one's 5'7". Number 24, Deontay Tolliver, is also under 5'9", along with Kamari Briggs.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't obstruct a view of the scoreboard. There's actually over 15 seconds remaining, but now we're down to 5. Ben Carroll takes it in, kicks it out to Jack Roberts, who takes in, airballs the 3. I think that was tipped there. All right, and at the end of the first quarter, your Gators are ahead here at the Swamp, 16-15. We'll be right back with the start of the second quarter. Back to you with the second quarter with your Greenwood Gators leading here at the Swamp, 16-15. Big shout out to our cameraman, Eli Lovell, who we are definitely not paying to do this. Oh, a 3-ball, Isaac Stansberry to get us started in the second quarter. Your Gators are now ahead 4. Isaac and Noah Stansberry's father, Rick Stansberry, head coach of WKU basketball, is currently in attendance. One thing of note, as it doesn't seem that there's a lot of students in attendance today. This is a low-quality matchup for sure.
Reach and foul on Chandler Wilson. You could hear that smack all the way up here.
As you could. You have to think that Chandler Wilson is getting minutes because he's one of their most muscular big men, and he will definitely be tasked with keeping number 21 from the scoreline. Peyton Williams with the tap out. And number 25, Preston Moore, comes down with it and is fouled by Chandler Wilson. That's 2 quick fouls on him, something to watch.
While Chandler Wilson is pretty stocky, at the same time, he's not quite as tall as number 21. Chandler Wilson's around 6'1", so he's given up about 6 inches to number 21 on Todd County Central.
Yeah. But as most of my coaches have said, strength does far outweigh height, and that's what he will try to do today. Another miss. And 21 with the shot. Oh, questionable foul call down low.
Shooting foul on Peyton Logans.
That will send John Calvary to the line for 2.
You know who this John Calvary guy reminds me of?
Who does he remind you of, Jackson?
Greg Ostertag. Played on the Utah Jazz in the 90s, mid-90s, late 90s. Played for the finals for him for 2 straight years, alongside Karl Malone in that legendary front court.
Yes, he certainly is a big boy. Cade Sinnott with the rebound. Isaac Stansberry gets the ball. Back to Cade, over to Isaac.
Cade Stinnett, he had one of his first starts I saw this season against Bowling Green last game. He definitely showed up, scored in the double digits, and was everywhere on the court.
3-ball, Jack Roberts. They sure did miss that.
Jack Roberts back to play from that hand injury, and you can already see his impact on the court. Not only is he a great shooter, but he has that gravity of the defense always having to keep their eye on him to be able to prevent that shot from going in.
Yes, he is. He's probably Greenwood's best and most impactful guard since Dawson Crump, who's now playing at Center College.
At the line, number 21, John Calvin.
It's the third time John Calvary's gotten to the line already, and they're subbing out Peyton Loggins for Josh Potter right now. Well, Josh Potter is probably going to be the main defender on John Calvary. He gives up a lot of weight, as you can tell.
Yes, he does, but he is quite a bit more athletic than Calvary and will look to out-jump him for those boards.
Great ball movement there by Greenwood, leaving Josh Potter wide open for the shot.
Yes, and good for him for finishing that shot. You know, it's not always a given to make those layups down low. Apologize for that, a few difficulties. Weathers takes it in, misses, and tapped out of bounds off of Calvary.
Weathers has been the predominant ball handler right now for Todd County. Kind of a point forward.
Yes, he does seem to be a taller than average guard. He has the mask.
And that's knocked out of bounds by Tanner McCuston.
It'll be Greenwood ball.
McQuiston? How do you say that? McQuist.
I would roll with McKeeston.
Tipped out of bounds by Tanner McKeeston. And Parker Williams subbed in.
Kicks it up to Jack Roberts. Takes the mid-range. Off back iron. Josh Potter tries to save it and goes it on the baseline. It'll be Todd County ball.
Jack Roberts, you can tell he kind of needs to calm down a little bit right now. I think he's letting the game get ahead of him. I know this is his first game back in a while, but that was a terrible, terrible shot by him. He doesn't take many of those.
Yeah, he usually is a very efficient player. John Calvary with a big man shot and misses.
There's John Calvary using that weight.
It's good defense by Josh Potter to just put his hands straight up to avoid the foul and make a decent contest of the ball. Reach and foul on Deontay Tolliver, much to his dismay.
Dice May. Who are you expecting to shine for Greenwood this game? And you can't say either of the Stansberries.
Well, I think that due to the prowess of the big men down low, I think Ben Kale's going to struggle a little bit. But I think this is going to be a good game for Parker Williams. They might try to run some more pick and rolls with him and Ben Kale just to free them up on the low post, and that's where he seems to thrive.
Ooh, errant pass.
But it was saved. Back to Noah Stansberry. Kicks it over to Ben Kale, who shoots and misses off front iron. That's now his third miss from three. You'd have to think that he's going to have to make his living down in the paint today if he's going to be shooting that cold. Stansberry takes it up, close defense. Kale kicks it out to Stinnett. And he got going a little bit too early there. He's called for the travel. It'll be Todd Central ball.
Todd County has been calling a lot of traps this game, especially against Cade Stinnett, who had his great showing last week against Bowling Green. I think he's letting it get to his mind. He's kind of got the jitters. Ooh. That was an obvious foul by Josh Potter.
Josh Potter fell for the jump fake. Oh, that was a foul on the floor. He still had both feet on the floor and wasn't in the act of shooting. It would be Dominique Moreau with the inbound. Trap in the corner. but he kicks it out to Tanner Peason. Picked off by Ben Carroll. He's going to dribble it back down the court and take it in against a much smaller opponent and scores. Greenwood now has a 10-point lead at 26-16 with about 3:50 remaining. Dominique Moreau takes it in, shoots the floater, and misses. Back out to Deontay Tolliver, and he misses. Jump ball down low between Tanner McKeeston and Cade Stinnett.
I think the traps on Cade Stinnett is also kind of a positive, showing that he's a player to be respected as only a freshman.
Yes, and it does open up the rest of the floor if Cade Stinnett is able to pass out of it. It will lead to some easy buckets for this Greenwood squad. Nice little pick by Noah Stansberry. Kicks it up to Cade. Takes and rims out the layup. Noah comes back up with the ball though. And Carroll kicks it over to Cade. And he scores a three-pointer. So in the overall, I guess it worked out as he hit a three. It is now 29-16 in favor of your Gators with 3:23 remaining in the half. We will be right back to you at the conclusion of the first half. Back. Todd Central. Dominique Moreau takes it up. Close defense by Parker Williams. Questionable foul call on the inside.
Greenwood right now is running a 2-3 zone against Todd County, but I don't really know why. I think as long as you trap, forgot his name. Big guy, John Cowrie. Yeah. As long as you trap him inside the paint, Todd County doesn't have enough skilled shooters to be able to really make it rain from outside.
Well, I think that's exactly why you run the zone, so that way you're able to pack it inside on the paint and leave absolutely no space for John Calvary to get going. Todd County appears to be running a trap press. Let's hope Greenwood can break it. Puts it up to Cade Stinnett, who dribbles. Really good move right there to keep your body going but not lower your shoulder. It's the first foul on Austin Rager. Noah stands here at the inbounds, kicks it out to Cade, over to Parker, over to Ben, takes it in, draws the foul, shot is blocked, but he'll be going to the line for two. Shots.
Substitution in for the Rebels, number 10, Tommy Stewart.
The traps that Todd County is calling, though, is kind of a double-edged sword. While it really makes the other team fall into a bunch of errant mistakes. At the same time, Greenwood has a lot of playmakers in our rotation. Parker Williams, Noah Stansberry, Isaac Stansberry, Ben Carroll, Peyton Loggins, Cade Stinnett, Jack Roberts can all make shots from outside. So Greenwood's one of the most efficient in the entire state. And at the same time, it's a smart idea to cause bad passes, turnovers, everything like that. But at the same time, when you have as many shooters as Greenwood, it can also come back to hurt you.
Yes, if you get the trap, you better make sure that Greenwood is not able to kick the ball out. As they do right there. Oh, and it rims out for Noah Stansberry, but Cade Stinnett controls the rebound. Foul there on Deontay Tolliver. I believe that is his second of the game.
Greenwood showing a lot of hustle this game, especially in the guards. Cade Stinnett and Stansberry brothers racking up plenty of rebounds.
Yes, they have been. You'd think there'd be a little bit of hangover from the tough loss Friday, but that is not the case. It did start out that way, but Greenwood has definitely picked it up in the second quarter. Ben Carroll draws a foul on Dominic Moreau. That's just his first. Stansberry with the inbound. Ben Carroll takes and flangs it off back iron. Stinnett controls the rebound. Deep three by Ben Carroll and swishes it. Timeout Todd County. Your Greenwood Gators are ahead 34-18 with 2:08 remaining. Excuse me, that's not a timeout. There appears to be some issue with something. Not quite sure. Referees are talking it out right now. Apparently there's a clock issue. So they changed it from 2:08 to 2:05.
The ref was just asking if he looked better in dotted or striped.
Yeah, that was probably it. I assume he did go with the zebra look in the end. Tommy Stewart with his first playing minutes in this game inbounds it over to Preston Moore, who takes it up court. Takes it inside over to Clayton, who takes and makes the shot.
Preston Moore is wearing that leg brace on the on the left leg. You have to think this is going to limit his explosiveness in this game.
Yes, it is. He's probably very aware about re-injuring that leg right now. Taylor Wilson gets it inside. Back out to Carroll. Cross-court pass to Cade Stinnett, who shoots on the lax coverage and misses off back iron. But Chandler Wilson comes up with the board, but loses it out of bounds off of the close pressure by both John Cavalry and Preston Moore.
Ball rolls all the way to the concession stand.
I'm assuming he just wanted a popcorn too. Maybe a cinnamon pretzel. Those things are delicious.
Are you a cheese sauce guy?
I'm more of a cinnamon guy. I've never liked cheese sauce, especially not on pretzels.
You're not mustard either, are you?
Out there by Preston Moore. Oh, Lord, no. No. That would be disgusting. Ben Carroll with the shot and drills the three. Your Gators are now at 37-22 with a minute remaining in the game. Preston Moore takes it in, kicks it over to John Calvert. Out to Clayton Weathers, who takes and airballs the three. Stinnett takes it up court, suspiciously stops before the half-court line. You'd think he'd want to go ahead and get it across, especially against a team that likes to apply pressure.
Clayton Weathers seems really, really rattled right now. He doesn't seem to be able to shoot. He's forcing it.
He's typically one of Todd County's best performers, but he seems to be trying to do too much right now, and he ends up doing nothing. Noah Stansberry seems content with holding the ball in front of our home crowd. Todd County finally decides to start applying some pressure.
Hero ball only makes you a hero if you do it right.
Yes, sir. Greenwood still appears to be emphasizing ball movement. Noah Stansberry takes and drills the corner three as time expires. And now we head into halftime with the score. Your Greenwood Gators ahead here at the Swamp, 40-22.
We'll be back soon.
Back with some halftime discussion.
So Tucker, so far, what surprised you in this game?
Nothing much really. This is about what we expected from talking with the other players about viewing the scouting report in this game. They expected to just roll the ball out and run over Todd Central, and that's about what they did in this first half, especially the second quarter. That sluggish start was a little bit concerning as they were down most of the first quarter, but they did take the lead at the end and didn't really look back after that. So everything has been up course.
Greenwood does kind of have somewhat of an advantage. Todd County is about an hour and a half away, and when you factor in that it's a bus ride on a bunch of just bleachers, basically, it's pretty draining. And Todd County has seemed to have less energy than Greenwood going into this one. They got out to that quick lead, but it's really diminished so far.
Yes, it's really hard to get hype on those long bus rides over to other schools.
You know, my favorite football player of all time, Walter Payton, was actually in the drum line when he was in high school. And what he would do is he would get his football helmet, put it between his legs, and play drums on it.
That does seem like a decent strategy to keep yourself hype on those long bus rides.
So what do you think about Jack Roberts so far?
I think he's done pretty good considering this is his first start back. He has tried to do a little bit too much, but he'll probably fall into his role later on.
He does have a bandage on that recently injured hand. You have to think that might be slowing him down a tiny bit. It is, after all, in a shooting hand.
Yeah, it hasn't slowed down his jumper too much.
And so far, what do you think about Calvary on Todd Central? He was the point that me and you were talking about pregame. Looking at that roster, he's kind of just pokes out on the stat sheet with that 6'7" height. But I mean, so far, what do you think about him?
I think Greenwood has done a good job of shutting him down, but he's also done somewhat well on offense, staying somewhat efficient, shooting at around a 50% clip. Greenwood has done good on matching him up, though, not having him impose his will down there by playing good hands-up defense without fouling.
Greenwood has kind of gotten into a tiny bit of foul trouble in the first half, mainly because every single time John Calvary came into the paint, we would throw every single body we possibly could at him, and he got plenty of foul shots from that. But I think we just need to calm down. He can't hit a jump shot. That's already shown by his foul shooting. So I think if we just stay calm, stay collected, we should be all right.
Yeah. All right, I think that about does it for our halftime discussion, unless you had any other points to make.
Ben Carroll's a god.
Yeah, he's pretty good at basketball, the whole throwing the ball into the hoop thing. Pretty good at that.
Oh, yeah.
Both from three-pointer and down low and dunking. Hopefully we can see a breakaway dunk in this game before the end.
Absolutely.
That would certainly be a crowd raiser, as the crowd seems to be kind of dull right now. The student section's only about a third full.
No student section for Todd Central. And no cheerleaders for either side.
Well, in all fairness, if my school were going to play somewhere an hour and a half away on school night, I probably would not make the trip out there either unless I had some sort of obligation with this broadcast. All right.
And that energy that we're talking about can really be shown. Greenwood's out there practicing, getting rebounds, doing everything they can to get ready for the second half. Todd County's just kind of sitting on the bench, just don't really look mentally or physically ready for this second half to get underway. And they really need to hustle to get back into this game. Already down 18 with only one half left. So
Yeah,
just going to see how that affects them.
They almost look like our football team every time they head over to Bowling Green to play in that year with Slaughter.
Absolutely. Hey, we almost beat Bowling Green last week, so, I mean, we got that going for us.
Well, that was the basketball team. Football team has actually never won against Bowling Green. Greenwood has notched a few victories, last of which coming a few years back before you and I even started our high school career. All right. That does it for a halftime discussion. We'll be back in a few minutes and start the second half. start of the second half here from the Swamp. Your Greenwood Gators are currently ahead 40-22.
You could hear a needle drop in this stadium right now. Not stadium, gym, I'm sorry.
Yes, there's not very much energy from this crowd, probably partially resulting from the tough loss they took on Friday.
It's like... One second.
Excuse me, folks, we appear to be having some issue with our video. We'll try to fix that momentarily. In the meantime, I'll keep on talking about basketball while my partner, the analyst Jackson Sutherland, will attempt to fix this. Foul on Preston Moore. That's his first and the team's first of the half. Josh Myers takes it in in the middle of the lane here. Hayes takes it in. Out to Carroll. Pump fake. Drives in. Kicks it out to Hayes. Over to Ben with a nice reverse layup and misses. Potter comes down the rebound. Oh no! What an emphatic rejection. John Calvary seemed a little fired up after getting that block and rebound. He started swinging a little bit of elbows after that. The Todd County ball coming in. Preston Moore taking it up court, accompanied by Tanner McKeeston. Moore kicks it over to John Calvary, and it is counted out in favor of your Gators. All right, we are now fixed on video. Stinted inbounds to Parker Williams. He runs it up court. Ben Carroll takes the wide open jumper, and it's counted as out of bounds because it hit the top of the rim.
Sorry for the delay, I was laughing at the Washington Wizards.
Yes, they are not a very good basketball team. Their locker room chemistry is pretty bad. Maybe you put the whole team on the trading blocks, things can be going very good for your team. Josh Potter, the hands-up defense on John Calvary, and gets the board off of his own contestant. Nice defense there by Josh Potter.
Ooh, there's Ben Carroll and John Calvary, one-on-one.
Yes, this is really what Greenwood wanted to do, get John Calvary out of the paint, so that way their playmakers can drive it in without fear of emphatic rejections. Ben Carroll takes and misses the shot. Josh Potter comes down with the rebound, shoots, and the shot rings out, and he'll be getting 2 from the line.
The crowd just got most excited for Josh Potter.
Yes, that was a decent play by him as far as highlight plays go. He'll be getting 2 shots now. No score yet in the second half. It is currently 40-22. 6:18 remaining. Josh Potter misses the front end of his 2 free throws.
Number 32, Amari Andrews, is checked in for Todd County. 5'9", 209 pounds. What a lad.
Yes, he is a large guy. Todd Central appears to be going with more strength.
You're not supposed to call him large.
Preston Moore kicks it out to Tanner McKeeston. Preston Moore takes it in. Good defense there by Greenwood, but comes up with their own board. And
What a shot by Amari Andrews.
yes, that certainly was a big man's bucket. He got his board and forced his way up into the paint and scored.
Tucker, you're not supposed to call him big, huh?
Takes it and makes the and one. He'll be going to line to finish out the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Jackson Martin down there in front of the student section. Everybody likes that guy, don't they?
Yes, he certainly is a likable person on Greenwood's campus.
I mean, what just a stand-up man.
Yes, absolutely.
Doesn't do anything wrong, just kind to everyone.
Cade's in at the line for one. And it goes in. Your
And-
Gators are now ahead by 20, 44-24.
And our spark plug, Jack Roberts, checked into the game.
Yes, let's see how he does in the second half. Hopefully he doesn't re-injure that hand.
Knock on wood.
John Calvary takes it inside, shoots and misses, but they'll be going to the line for 2. That's a foul on Ben Carroll. It's going to be his second and his team's first of the half. all sorted out. Preston Moore takes it in, shoots and misses.
And to our audience, sorry about all the technical difficulties. This is, after all, only our third show. We should have it sorted out for homecoming this Friday against Warren East. That's gonna be a great one to watch, isn't it?
It's now 48-25 with 4:04 remaining as our cameraman. Eli is giving me example. We'll be right back. We're having an issue with our time. Alright, I apologize about that. Our cameraman is new at his job. I don't think he'll still be getting his back. Alright, Parker Williams gets the shot. It's now 51-25 in favor of your Gators. We will now no longer attempt scoreboard shots that it appears to be too complicated for our tripod. Tied up down low. Oh, excuse me, that's a foul.
Greenwood's winning now by 26, just because we can't get scoreboard shots. It's 51-25 right now. Todd County just seems really not to care. Coach on the bench, not standing up.
Yeah.
Players just look tired.
And John Calvary is now out as they appear to be putting in their, well, I was going to say bum squad, but they do have a few stars on the court. Oh, bad miss there by Jack Roberts. You know, I saw him shooting today in our gym class yet, and he appeared to be pretty loose, but he is somewhat tight now that he's in the game.
I think this is a good sample size for Jack Roberts, though, coming back into action against Todd County.
Oh, nice silky smooth layup by the Mass Marauder as he stands there. It's stolen by his brother. Kicks it into Parker Williams, who takes the layup and misses, but it'll be a foul.
The dynamic duo.
Are you implying the Stansberry brothers or Noah Stansberry and Parker Williams?
Guess. Probably the ones who are related to each other.
Ah, fair point. So the Mass Marauder and the current no nickname Noah Stansberry. You know, typically
Made
announcers
free throw
tend to
Parker
talk
Williams.
Typically announcers tend to start talking about random stuff when the team is up 30. So one topic of conversation would be, what are a few decent nicknames for some other players? Obviously, we have the Mass Marauder for Isaac Stansberry. That's a pretty easy one, noting his mask. You know, famous mask players such as the current WKU player Tavion Hollingsworth going off and scoring 35 in his singular game in a mask. Then you have Mike Conley in his famous 2015 playoff run when he was wearing a mask. So obviously, Mass Marauder is an easy nickname for Isaac Stansberry as Todd County makes the shot.
Peyton Loggins, Payday Peyton.
Sounds pretty good. Payday Peyton with the ball right now.
Ben Carroll, Big Ben Bill. Or Big Ben Bill. Big Boy Ben.
I just say Big Ben. Keep it short and sweet. An iconic nickname shared with the likes of Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, two-time Super Bowl champ.
And a charging foul right there on Bryce Nolan. Amari Andrews, the freshman, gets subbed out.
Jack Roberts gets the ball.
Greenwood going for a small ball lineup right now. Peyton Loggins at center.
Isaac Stansberry fighting for the ball down low, and it'll be a jump ball. Forced there by Deontay Tolliver.
This is the physical play that we always like to see, no matter what opponent we're playing, whether it's Todd County or Trinity. Really doesn't matter.
Yes, you do like to see hustle on every single play.
That's the one thing that Greenwood really showed last week was getting Bowling Green. Just a whole lot of hustle, and that helps you win games.
You think if they can put that output again against Bowling Green in the district tournament, they could probably come out on top with an upset. Payday Peyton with the 3-point jumper.
I'd take hustle over talent any day. 2004 finals, Pistons between the Lakers.
Well, it is always nice to have talent as well. Ooh, nice block there by Payday Peyton, who seems to be showing out with his new nickname. Parker takes it over to Noah, takes it back to Parker, takes it up the top of the court. We have about 20 seconds remaining, so Greenwood will probably dribble out the clock for one final shot, as they are currently up 30.
Ooh, that was a nutmeg right there.
By Noah, but it goes off his feet of Parker. 6 seconds left. Todd County will look to push it. And errant pass right there. You should have just kicked it over. Probably had a wide open layup. It'll be 2.7 seconds remaining. Todd Central will likely apply pressure to prevent one last shot to make them go down even more.
Todd Central has found themselves in a tiny bit of foul trouble. They have 6 fouls while...
Takes a deep three. Oh, and almost makes it. All right, that is now the end of the third quarter. Your Greenwood Gators are ahead here at the Swamp, 57-27. We'll be right back with coverage on the fourth quarter.
Just a special shout out, Mr. Dillingham, our favorite teacher on the entire planet, letting us make this broadcasting dream of ours come true.
Yes, this was a great idea by him, and I've had a lot of fun so far broadcasting these games. I hope that we can keep doing this the rest of the season and hopefully inspire some others below us to continue doing this after we graduate, as that will be a 100% open position, as both myself and Jackson will have graduated Greenwood.
Where are you going to college?
Going to the University of Kentucky to study medical lab science. Are you decided on your college yet, Jackson?
No, not yet.
It's all right. Still got some time to decide. The late application deadlines are still about a month away.
Thinking of going wherever the wind takes me.
That's perfectly fine. Oh, Van Kale leads the ball out of bounds off his own leg. Shot rolls in on Todd for Todd Central. Todd County still applying a little bit of man-to-man pressure. Stansberry with the ball.
Noah Stansberry, just a sophomore, but he's showing all the talent in the entire world. Him, Parker Williams, Cade Stinnett. Cade Stinnett's just a freshman. They're already showing extreme bright spots for Greenwood's future when we're long and gone.
Yes, this Greenwood team appears to have a bright future, even though they will be losing Isaac Stansberry and Jack Roberts, who are two very big players. They'll also be losing two role players in Josh Potter and Chandler Wilson. But with Greenwood's deep lineup, they should be easily replaced. especially with Ben Carroll forming into the star that he has become this season.
Josh Potter is never easy to replace.
Jack Roberts with the sensational pass to Tate Stinnett.
What a
That's
move.
You like to see. Not trying to do too much, setting up stuff for your other teammates. Deontay Tolliver with the ball, screened by Clayton Weathers. Tolliver takes it in and scores off the bounce.
Bryce Nolan, number 2 for Todd Central, just has only played in the fourth quarter so far, but he's shown quite a lot of prowess, quite a lot of hustle. I'm enjoying seeing him play so far.
Yes. See, this is where your typical end of bench warmers earn their minutes. Is in these late games and blowouts, they show hustle and the ability to score.
That's a scary sight to see right there. Jack Roberts getting knocked onto the floor. You gotta kind of freak out whenever that happens.
Yeah. You got to think that Coach Pels just wants to play it safe and sit him back on the bench right now. Keep him healthy for bigger games in the future, especially that game coming up against Warren East. That'll be big time for positioning in the district tournament.
Absolutely.
The way this tournament shapes out, you really want to avoid playing either Bowling Green or Warren Central, at least until the semifinals. So that way you only have to beat one to reach the district championship, which is an automatic berth to the regions.
What a pass there on the last possession by John Calvary.
That was a nice pass.
Eli. And not many showing up today for the Todd Central County game, but that's kind of expected with it being an hour and a half away. But at the same time, it kind of might affect the Todd County Central psyche with looking over and not seeing anybody cheering you on.
Yeah, well, at least some of them have their parents in the stands. That's got to help a little bit.
Absolutely.
But you can see that Todd Central really just isn't in this game at all.
Nothing makes me feel better than wanting to make my mama proud.
Me neither, except maybe scouts. Of course, I'm not scouted in my Warren County Rec League games, so I'm a bum. But anyway.
You know, when I played rec basketball, I played alongside, who was the old WKU coach in football? Really, really good?
Oh,
Taggart.
Willie Taggart.
I played with his son in Warren County rec basketball. We passed it to him every single time down the court.
He was a sensational athlete. I remember playing against him in the elementary school rec leagues.
I look like a talentless Andre Kirilenko, so obviously I wasn't that good.
And I am a Kyle Korver, but 5'9" and inconsistent jump shots. So basically Kyle Korver, but not Kyle Korver.
Makes sense.
Probably why we're announcing this game and not on the floor. Anyway, Greenwood is currently ahead by 26, so...
Todd County seems to be getting back into this game, cutting down the lead from 30 all the way down to 26.
Yes. It's those little things when you're a coach, look for positivity. Just gain a little bit back. Try to get something to build off of for the next game. This game is obviously out of reach by now. Jack Roberts coming back in after taking the newly nicknamed Payday Payton comes in for Big Ben Carroll. Gotta say, in the game Friday against Warren East, which will probably be more closely contested, it's gonna be very fun shouting out those nicknames when they score big buckets. In fact, that might be another little catchphrase, big bucket by Big Ben. What do you think, Jackson?
I like it.
All right.
Noah Stansberry, though, he's definitely deserving of a nickname, especially after that big showing against Bowling Green last week. And we'll be back. The score right now is 62 to 38 in favor of Greenwood. going back with that small ball lineup. Peyton Loggins at center. I think it's the main reason, just to let the other big men take a rest and just kind of recoup and get ready for this game Friday. Rest does wonders.
Peyton goes in. And
No!
flushes it down. Wasn't much of a rim rocker, but it's high school basketball, so any dunk is a great dunk.
Absolutely.
In fact, that's the last dunk I remember witnessing live by Greenwood players since Dawson Crump in a breakaway dunk my freshman year. He was a sensational athlete, and it's good to see that he's taking his talents to the next level at center.
Absolutely.
He's also getting a free education out of it, so if nothing else.
Do you know who's the starting kicker for Central College right now in their football?
It's the former Greenwood standout Tanner South.
Absolutely.
Who was one of the top ranked kickers in the nation, but decided he was going to stay home and go to center. Takes it in, and
Oh! There's that explosiveness.
McKeeston comes up with the board, fights through contact, and misses. Still a 26-point game, about 3:40 remaining.
And we just want to say another special thank you to Eli Lovell, our special, unique cameraman over there.
It is nice to actually have a cameraman out there because you get a lot of better angles that way. And although this is his first game, he's had a few struggles, and we'll probably work out those kinks by the next few games. And hopefully put together a pretty good broadcast. It certainly is much better than our first two broadcasts, which were just shot from the corner and weren't all that good.
They were good in our hearts.
All right. Number 3's not on our roster. Let's check for his name for Todd Central.
That was a big boy fall right there.
Yeah, so that's always bad when you see those big men fall like that. You gotta hope that they're okay. He's gonna have to sub out there for injury if they allow him to.
And Preston Moore checked in for the injured John Calvary. Hopefully not injured, just rattled.
You have to hope going forward that he's okay. Todd Central's gonna do anything with this season.
This isn't a very exciting game considering that Greenwood is blowing Todd County out of the water, but at the same time, there's a lot of positives that you can take out for Greenwood, and especially the return of Jack Roberts into the starting lineup. That's going to really help Greenwood, especially in the coming games during the playoffs against Warren East this Friday, homecoming, if I haven't mentioned that yet, and against Warren Central, against South Warren down the stretch. It's a good stretch of games to have Jack Roberts back into the lineup.
Yes, it really is. You know those district games, every single one counts. And they still had 2 games against Warren Central remaining on their schedule. Those are going to be huge for district positioning. If they could maybe steal that game at home, they could possibly play their way into the 2 seed for the district tournament.
And Josh Potter with the 3-point attempt.
And as you know, that 2 seed would probably be vital as to making it back to the region tournament, which they haven't done since 2017. Isaac Stansberry gets the ball. Nice pump fake. And the match marauder drills a 3. D-ball Isaac Stansberry. He now has 7 or 8 on the night.
That's
Our
some great
stat
shooting
sky
there.
position is still open in case anyone is wondering if they can help out with this broadcast. Peyton takes it in, shoots, and rims out the layup.
By the way, number 3 on Todd County is Keanu Galima, the freshman. He's probably on the freshman roster for Todd County also, so he cannot be listed on the varsity roster for them. But 5'4", 112 pounds. He's a small guy, but he plays bigger than he is.
He does play with almost a Tyler Eulis style of basketball. Very pocket floor general. Is probably not that effective against varsity as this is his first year of high school basketball. But he will likely blossom into a star for Todd County in the years to come, long after myself and Jackson are gone from the high school ranks. Brandon Keaston shoots the free throw and barely rolls out. Rebound controlled by Todd Central, though. They still look to draw some positives out of this game. Moritz Hoffner with the steal. He's the German exchange student who was given the last spot on the roster of the varsity team and finally getting some minutes. Foul there on Greenwood. Just as we said, Keanu Galima. He plays a whole lot bigger than he is and is very fast and exemplified it right there with that, with taking it to the rack.
That's some trivia for you, Tucker. Who's the shortest player to ever play in NBA history?
I know he had a nickname pertaining to a leprechaun.
Nope.
I can't remember his exact.
You're thinking of Earl Boykins. But there's a player that's shorter. Earl Boykins was 5'5".
I honestly have no idea then because that's who I was thinking of.
Muggsy Bogues, the Charlotte Hornets all-time great.
I knew he was a all-time great that was below 5'6". I just didn't know that he was the shortest of all time.
And Greenwood checks in the reserves, 2 of which I cannot name.
Right now on the floor we have
Lance Upright. No, Isaac Stansberry. Chandler Wilson.
Nan Patel and the German exchange student Moritz Hoffner. I believe you pronounce his
Hoffner,
name.
that's right.
Stansberry demanding the ball. Appeared to get a reach around on the arm, but it'll be Greenwood ball anyway. Number 32, Amari Andrews, heads back to the press table. So try to check in. He's coming in for number 10, Tommy Stewart. And it's upright, inbound to Moritz Hoffner.
Preston Moore, the tallest player checked in for Todd County right now at 5'11".
You have to think this is just to get their big men some rest for the next game, as they likely have a big history.
So Eli, what are you thinking about this game so far?
Well, I think that there have been a good performance tonight by our crowd, and I don't think Todd County Central bothered to get off the bus, Jackson.
Very true, very true.
The N1 shot that was off camera right there as our cameraman was taking an interview.
Thank you for that, Eli. Our guest appearance by Eli Lovell, our handsome cameraman.
That was a good analogy, though. At first, they did seem to start out with a lot of energy, but it quickly faded. Probably thinking about that long bus ride home right now.
You saw a lot of hustle out of John Calvary this game. Double-digit points and double-digit rebounds.
Yeah. You have to think that is a very long and boring drive out 6880 to get back to Todd Central. Because I've made that trip a few times heading out to Murray, Kentucky, which is where most of my family is from. It is a very boring drive. As is most drives in Kentucky, is usually all you see are trees and hills. In fact, I made a drive out to Columbia over the summer and about fell asleep behind the wheel because all I saw were trees on the Bluegrass Parkway.
I'd much rather see trees than neon signs, though.
Yes, fair point. But I have to say the most scenic ones are probably the open fields of Ohio, as far as ones that I experience a lot.
Missed shot by Lance Upright. Greenwood has the lead, 71 to 45.
Lance Upright is yet another player on this basketball team that also plays baseball. Parker Williams.
So this game already decided. Who is your Zaxby's player of the game?
I'm actually not very sure about that one. It was a very balanced effort from this team. There wasn't really a star that quite took over. But I think I'm going to go with the Master Marauder Isaac Sansbury. Dropped about 10 points coming off the bench and was very effective. Didn't miss too many shots and made a whole lot of threes. And that's what Greenwood is going to need going forward. Uh-oh. Got a head of steam. Germinator got a head of steam right there.
I'm going to say my Zaxby's player of the game had to have been Ben Carroll. Big Ben. He really showed up, went against kind of a tough assignment in John Calvary, 6'7", but Ben Carroll really did show up, was able to shoot it, was able to rebound, able to score inside. He did everything tonight.
Yeah, Sean Calvary had the advantage in muscle and size, but Ben Carroll is far more skilled and faster, and it definitely showed tonight.
Though John Calvary is a senior, so not very many Greenwood big men will have to worry about him for any longer.
Number one takes it in and scores. So Will Gavez.
And that's Amari Andrews with the rebound. And Preston Moore.
Called for the travel. Thought he took a few too many steps, but you never really know with the walking rules these days about Euro steps. It's about as contested of an argument as what is a catch in the NFL these days.
And you have to worry with, or wonder, what impact that Preston Moore's injury had. The usually starting freshman for Todd County. He starts at the guard spot, 5'11", but he, like we stated earlier into the game, he's wearing that leg brace and probably limited his explosiveness, limited his shooting and his ability to just play around the court.
Yeah. If he would have been able to impose his will in that second quarter, I doubt this game wouldn't have gotten as out of hand as it has right now, as they're currently down still 26 with 54 seconds remaining.
And Keanu Galama checked back in. Galima, sorry.
Missed off front iron by Greenwood.
And
block right there by Nan Patel, but he's called for the foul.
Well, then it's not a block.
And sometimes they do count the block. It depends.
I think that's if the contact is after the block.
It's a scorekeeper's discretion, especially at the high school level. We don't really have a scorekeeper except for the ones down at the press table, but we don't really have access to that score line, so we're just going to roll with that it's not a block. It's up to them.
I'm sure you could take a nap with how quiet this gym has been today.
Yes, this quiet atmosphere in this gym has made me somewhat tired. You know, not having morning dual credit has been somewhat of a struggle. I did enjoy being able to sleep in until after school started last semester.
What first period are you taking this year, Tucker?
I currently have P3 with Greenwood's own Coach Buser.
That sounds like fun.
Yes, it's not too bad. It keeps me awake in those early mornings.
I have AP Psychology with Miss Elmore, my second AP class with the same exact teacher.
It's got to be kind of rough to have her in the mornings. I remember my previous year taking AP US with her first thing in the morning. Even though history is one of my favorite subjects, whenever Miss Elmore would throw in a documentary, I would probably sleep most of the time. Probably not something I want to be admitting on air, but hey, Miss Elmore probably is not watching this. And if you are, you can just chew me out in third period tomorrow in AP Gov. Anyway, steal there. And air ball to reverse layup. Tried to do a little too much right there. Nice back. And the Terminator. Score off of the scoreboard.
So as the players exchange pleasantries with the visiting team, what did you think about this game, Tucker?
I think Greenwood showed a lot of heart out there, not letting the have any effect on their play as they still went in, balled out at their usual level, and that resulted in a very bad blowout with the final score being 76-49. That's a 27-point victory by the Gators. That's probably their largest all season, I'd venture to say.
I would absolutely say so. I just hope that Greenwood doesn't let this get to their head. They got a stout opponent in Warren East come homecoming, and got that. We're gonna have that streamed also on this channel on Friday, so tune in if you can.
All right. Well, I guess that's all for us. So, speaking for my partner Jackson Southern and my cameraman Eli Lovell, I would like to thank you for tuning in. This is Tucker Clack signing out. Thank you for watching.
Sleep tight.